and that it's a pastoral role first and foremost. And so we have that idea that the bishop is the shepherd. He is the shepherd in, say, Cleveland. He's the shepherd in New York City. He's in Rio de Janeiro, and so on across the world. But also, there is, because he's a member of the college, therefore, somehow that has to be manifested. It's not just a nice thing to say, but how does a bishop in Anchorage, Alaska, how does he function as part of a college? Well, there are several ways. One is, through the life of prayer. We certainly have seen in Pope Francis his emphasis on prayer. When things were getting really terrible with Syria, he did what a believer would do. We turned to prayer. And he asked the Christian world and other people to embrace prayer. It also is realized when a bishop is concerned about another part of the world. For example, let's stick with Syria for a moment. And therefore, that became a pastoral solicitude for what was happening with all these refugees being displaced, people losing their homes, people dying in numbers. That became a concern of bishops literally across the world. Why? Because they're not just for their diocese. Their diocese is primary. That's their primary responsibility. My primary responsibility is the Diocese of Cleveland. But that doesn't mean that I can ignore the rest of the world. I can't give it the same amount of attention and commitment because I have, an assignment to be the leader in Cleveland. But I can't ignore the rest of the world. And so what they came up with, what is the role of the bishop first in the universal church? He's part of the College of Bishops, working with and in concert with the Pope for the good of all. And secondly, his role in a particular church. And that is a technical word meaning a diocese. A particular church that has been recognized as a diocese in the world. There's about somewhere around 4,200 dioceses across the world that have a bishop.